Hello everybody. So, a week in the world of EthConnect. Let's see what's happened. So, obviously a week ago, EthConnect started transferring the money out of wallets that people have been transferring to. Now, I got a few comments. They weren't great. Generally people call me an idiot. It's fair dues. I imagine people have invested. They don't want to believe that they've lost their money, or put off people that they're trying to coax into signing up to EthConnect to make them some money. Money that they're probably not going to be able to withdraw anyway, because you only seem to be able to put it into the system, not take any out, which we can see here. Yeah, we've already gone to it, so they transferred it 10 days ago. $4 million. They don't seem to have touched it since. I've seen other videos by people saying they've just been having problems with the wallets. But if they can move it out of the wallets into another one, it's not that hard, is it? We all know you just need the private key. And they seem to have managed to move it from our wallet to their wallet. They could have just given us the private key and let us move our Ethereum back where we wanted it to be. But they didn't. Now, I can understand that people are upset and they don't want this to be a scam. I don't either. I'd quite like this to have been to legit, but it really doesn't look like it is. If we have a look on their Facebook page, we have a little note here from about an hour ago from their support. Well, it says support, spelt with an O, so don't know if it is. Could just be something that's been set up by someone saying that the site suffered a DDoS attack. Dubious? Yeah. I don't believe it for a second. I mean, we got this little bit here. It was supposed to kick off 2 days ago now, 3 days ago. Should have been able to use the exchanges. And we got another message with no explanation, just unwanted reasons. It's all a bit confusing, a bit disheartening. I'd quite like to be able to use the system. I mean, it's interesting. If we have a look at the registration for their website, it's with Cloudflare. Now, Cloudflare claim to have affordable advanced DDoS attack protection. So, it stinks a little bit when they're claiming that they're having a DDoS attack, maybe. Just seems to be one excuse after another, and I'm surprised that people still do have their faith in this system. Register with GoDaddy. It's also quite interesting if you have a look at EthConnect.com, which is another site that's owned by them. This one, they have decided to properly safeguard their information, so they don't want anybody knowing who they are, which is fair enough, you know. People want to be secretive, but when they've got $4 million worth of Ethereum that doesn't belong to them, I think we need to try and find out who they are. So that is the Christmas present of Ethereum, of EthConnect, that just keeps giving. No information, and people blindly hoping that it's going to work out for them. But I don't think it is. I think if they'd wanted to, they could have quite easily let everybody have access. All it needed to do was look at the address to see what Ethereum was there. But they didn't do that. So we couldn't see ours in there. They could obviously see it because they've moved it. But what are we doing? So I've been looking at, is it Davor coin? Now, if you have been looking at EthConnect, and that's something that you've been interested in, I hope you've been put off, because it does look like it is a scam. I hope it isn't, but it does look like it is. And if you're looking for somewhere to put some crypto, try and make something on it, maybe try Davor coin. We have good rates on here. If you have a look at their page, you can see it works very similar to BitConnect, and the rates are just much better. So today's rate is going to be 2%. We had 1.72 yesterday, and that's a much better Christmas present. Not like EthConnect's given us, which is nothing in return for nothing. Davor will give us 2.25% for 1 day's interest. Seems pretty good. Now, don't invest anything that you can't afford to lose into these things, because it can't be sustainable. The mathematics prohibit it. If enough people were to invest into these systems and just keep reinvesting and reinvesting, there literally wouldn't be enough money in the world to support the investments at these interest rates going forwards 3 years. Even 2 years looks like a push. When I've worked out at these interest rates, you could turn $200 into hundreds of millions in 2 years. And I think we all know that's not sustainable, so I think the only thing you can do with something like this is put something in and get it out as quick as you can. Which means building it up so you're getting some good interest rates, getting some good interest payments back each day, and taking out as many of them as you can as soon as you feel comfortable with it. I am interested in your comments, especially if you've got something silly to say to me, like, I don't sound like a man. Thanks, that's be great. Loving it. I'd like to look into lots of stuff for cryptocurrency. I've been looking at BitConnect, and I've got some stuff in there. But this one pays much better interest rates, which essentially makes it much more profitable, but also probably more short term. I'll put some links in the bottom. See if anybody wants to join up. If you do, follow my link. I'd appreciate it. Not really fussed. See you next time.